Hey everybody, welcome back to Music with Todd Ledbetter. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you clicking. Um, got a super cool request from one of the members over on my Patreon. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm a little tired, just got home from work, jumped in the shower, washed the dog. My eyes are all red. But I moved my shop across town month and a half ago, but I mean, I'm still like setting it up and I'm trying to get orders done and stuff. It's just been crazy. So I'm a little tired tonight, but I'm excited for some music. That I know for sure. So what we've got tonight is a band called LHO or what is it? LHL? Is that right? I'm drawing a blank how you say that. She told me and then I forgot. IHL, I think is how you say it. No, ILO. That's it. ILO. Right? ILO. Okay. Yeah. Well, I struggled through the sixth grade, but I got through. The album is called Union, and it's from 2019. It's got 7 songs, but it's 53 minutes, 44 seconds, due in large part to the song we're going to listen to right now. The last song on the track, the 7th song called what's it called? Coalescence. Coalescence. I thought it was condolences, but it's Coalescence, and it's 15 minutes and 14 seconds. So, I love me some long killer songs. So hopefully this is one of them, coming from my Patreon supporter who's got great taste in music. Like some of my favorites, Opeth, who she introduced me to, I do believe, and I believe she introduced me to Leprous, and those have been, as you know, if you follow the channel much, some of my favorite bands on this channel. So I've been listening to Opeth at work, just album after album, just loving it. Oh man, it's so good to have done all these reactions and to be able to hear the albums and just get to know them. I can't believe how much I know these albums now. It's so great. I hear these songs, I'm like, yes, so cool. All right, well, let's get okay, that's not what we want. There we go. Let's get that going and we'll get the music going. So Coalescence is the name of the song from IHL, I believe it's called that. Let's check it out. I like it already. Going to be one of those that build up, taking their time. That's what I like. I love it so far already. Not the beat I expected. Cool.
The color lost all shade. Pillars rising. Broken and decayed. Facing down the root of your dismay.
I like that note. Good. Oh, I was gonna do it again. Those drums. So good. I like those harmonies.
To find you were there.
They're not actually harmonies, but wow, that's cool. I really like that. Love the keys in this. That's all the pads and the sequencer, whatever that is. Just great atmosphere. Great drive too. Drums are so good. Boy, that singer can sing too. Oh, back to the beginning. He had kind of an unusual voice at first, but he's good. I like him. Something new. Love it. Like it's gonna explode. Coalescence. That was so cool. The drummer. Dang, man. That drum sounded so good. The sounded so good, man. And the way he played, really quick hands and feet. But really musically, the drums were just so good in that song. But how many times can they build that up? I mean, talk about like taking their time, but also taking us on a journey. Man, those were some cool licks. Then it goes I think it's only three, but man, so cool rhythmically and kind of funky in a way too. You know, there was like when they would go down and come back in, kind of sounds funky. The bass was not like super intricate or anything like that. It sounded like a lot of bass pedal, really, which I love. Just really set the mood. I never really even like heard anything from the bass. I wasn't focused on it at all, except for like the bass pedal or on the keyboards or whatever, however they were doing the bass. There might have been a bass player, I'm not sure, but didn't really stand out to me so much as some of the other lower end instrumentation, but really brought some bottom in and some depth when they were really built that up and they were cranking a couple of times like their full force. That bottom end just really beefs it up along with the keyboards and the layering of those and the guitar licks and the drums. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I just kind of during the music, I kind of commented the singer's voice kind of threw me off for a minute. I could say he sounded, good on key and everything, but just the tone of his voice was like, okay, it's a little unusual, but got used to it real fast and he did great. It was kind of like almost like a Mars Volta sort of sounding voice to me, so it's not like it's unusual in this kind of progressive music or anything like that. It's just I wasn't expecting it, but I really loved it. I loved the beginning, the way that they started that off and the way they would introduce that beginning sort of motif. This part, this is the way they just built this up. I love the backing slap back, but I also love the background noise there. And then pretty soon you start getting something else coming in too. Forget what it was though. So some keyboards. Yeah, super cool. Man, that was a really good song. It had my attention the whole time. The production was great too, really, really good. Everything was great about this song. It was super fun to me, super fun. I was so into it, just listening to all the different sounds and rhythms and things. So this is Union from 2019. So there's that's the last song. So there's 7 songs on this, and then let's see discography. So they've been so it looks like they really only have the one album, and then they have a live EP, which is cool, which was done in 2020. I don't see where at the moment. Then they have some live sessions, just one song live session from Pirate Studios, and then another one. This is the whole live sessions from Pirate Studios, 6 songs, and Coalescence is one of them, only 14 minutes and 55 seconds. So they chopped it down. They chopped it down 30 seconds, whatever. Yeah, that's really good. So that's fairly recent. So that means, this was live in studio in 2022. So that's good because I got to hear more from these guys, and we'll take a look at some of the other songs on the album, but we're going to need another album here pretty quick because there's only 6 songs, So, yeah, that was good. My musical taste is pretty varied. It's pretty varied. But I really like the progressive music that has a lot of uh, moods to it, and a lot of different styles of progressive music. I was a real Genesis and uh, Rush fan and things like that, back in the day, and still to this day. They're really, I mean, I love them so much, but it's really fun to hear some new music that really speaks to me like those bands spoke to me, would just capture my attention and just draw me in. And there was so much to hear, and you couldn't even hear it all the first time. So, like songs like this, like in what I was talking about earlier, where I've been really diving into Opeth and Leprous, you really get to hear the albums once I finish my reactions of what I'm going to do of the band. If I do the whole album or whatever, then I get to hear it and I really get to listen to it and study it good, But for a first listen, that was like, top notch. That was like A+ to me. That was way up there, super high, in the high echelons of my enjoyment as far as that goes. Really enjoyed that song a lot for all the reasons I described earlier. The vocals, even though he started kind of with an odd sort of tone to his voice, sort of like, but it disappeared quickly. And like I said, sort of reminds me of Mars Volta-ish, especially when he was really reaching up there, and he had some good melody lines where he could use his voice, and he had a pretty high voice, but a great melodies too. But he really could use his voice to reach, and some of that music was so intense that his vocals at a couple of spots, when it was at the peak, really helped to intensify that music, for sure. For sure. Cool harmonies. One time I said it was harmony. It was not really a harmony. It was just like he was singing high, and then it was the same note, but it was just like an octave lower. I love that. I love that kind of vocal treatment a lot. But then there were some harmonies too that were really good. Just nicely done. Okay, well, that was a long song, and that was a long intro and a long outro here. So we're over at 25 minutes. So if you're still with me, thanks. I appreciate it. That means you somewhat are interested in what I have to say, even though I just, talk about the song, talk about the music mostly. Did I tell you what I had for lunch today?